Hey, so there's a roster update on Thursday, the 27th. That's coming up. That's about 5 days away, 4 days away. I'm going to show you some cards I have invested in, some cards that I think will increase in price and hopefully go from a tier to the other tier. If this is your first time to the channel, hopefully enjoy this content. If you do, make sure before you click off, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when these videos go live. Also, all my social media links are in the description below. Take a peek at those. We just hit 10K followers on Instagram. I'll go over some cards, go over how I approach a roster update every single time. I have been profiting quite a bit. Hopefully it helps, and then incorporate it into your own profitability in the market. Let's get it going. What I do first is I go to the 80s to 84s. Those are the biggest price jumps, profitability, because if a card, I'll show you here shortly, put this at 80, put this at 84, and you want to go to live series as well, because that's all that matters. All these cards, as you see the sell now price, that right column, if any of these cards end up turning to diamond, it's automatically a quick sell for 5K. So Ken Giles on the DL, he is not back yet. Stanton on the DL, Joey Gallo, he's actually pretty low on my list. Corey Kluber is done for the season. Starling Marte, I feel like he should have went diamond last roster update, but he's at 3,400. If he ends up going diamond, I'll show you how many I have of him. I only have 14 of him. You buy him for 3,400 subs. Quick sell value for this card is 5K. You're gonna make 1,500 subs per card. Charlie Morton was a diamond, went down to a gold. But just come through here, come through the sorted material, look at the cards that could go up. I'm going to go over, like I said, the cards I think have a decent chance of getting an upgrade, whether it's a tier upgrade or just a minimal upgrade. I'll go individually through the cards I have. You guys have to find an app that follows along with MLB Baseball. If you guys are in tune with MLB Baseball, you're going to do very well for roster updates. I actually use the Yahoo Fantasy app to help me with my roster updates. So this is my fantasy baseball team right here. I'm not going to really go through. I mean, this is the team I have. I'll kind of scroll for you a little bit. What I do here is this is very helpful for weekly roster updates. They did change it to weekly roster updates, which helps a lot because this breaks it down for this Yahoo Fantasy app. I don't know about ESPN Fantasy or whatnot. You don't even have to use a fantasy app. You can use MLB.com. You can use something that breaks down these players' stats for a week, because that week is going to determine how big of an upgrade they will get or potentially get. This is really nice for me. I'll show you what I do. I go into the search tab. Let's go to a card I am high on is Jose Abreu, and I just click on this. I search his name, go to game log. So as you see here, it breaks it down very nicely to show you what he's done lately. As you see the numbers there, he's killing the ball lately. But if you go to stat, last week, as it shows there, he's 16 for 30. He's hitting 533, has 7 home runs, 15 RBIs, 9 runs scored. This is a card I'm very high on. He's currently an 81, but I'm very high on this card to get a overall bump, hopefully to a diamond. That still has, he's got about 4 days left. We'll see if he gets that bump. This is very nice because it shows you the last week, and that's what I base my investments on, is how this player is doing that last week. So this is just my example. I use the Yahoo Fantasy Sports app. Very helpful. It helps me a ton, to be honest, because I can break down exactly. Let's do another one real quick. I am a Sox fan, but I'm showing these for a reason. Eloy Jimenez, as you see, breaks it down by game. Let's go to stats. Look what he's doing this last week. He's in 379. He's got 3 home runs, 5 RBIs. On the season, he's at 300. So what I'm doing is looking at his past week. He's up to 379 this past week, 11 for 29. He still has a few days left before this roster update takes place. So I'm going to keep an eye on him, see what he does. But it's very convenient, very nice to use this Yahoo Fantasy Sports app. Like I said, it breaks it down for you. It shows you what they're doing. Now, you're just going to have to basically do some research on your own. As you see here, I broke this down to 80s and 84s. Obviously, Starling Marte, he's up for a high price because a lot of people think he's going to turn diamond. A lot of people are very high, which I am as well. Paul Goldschmidt, I think he will get to a diamond. He's at an 83. I only have one of him. I didn't invest heavily in this card because his price skyrocketed very quickly. Xander Bogaerts, I am actually very low on this card. I'll explain why when I show you the slide. But if you just go down one by one, an 85 is a diamond. You want to find cards that are probably going to be close to the 85, so 82, 83, 84. Find a card that's close. If these prices are semi-high, look into it, see how that player's doing. Kenley Jansen, I'm very high on getting an upgrade. Liam Hendricks is another one. All these cards here that are very high. Darvish, I'm pretty high on as well. Just go through here. Obviously, you can do this for silvers too. You come down to 70, I think 75, right? 75 to 79. Same kind of thing. Quick sell value from going from silver to gold is 1K. So if you look at it that way, sell now price, say, let's just do an example. Wilson Contreras is going sell now for 490. If you end up buying this card for 500 stubs, and he ends up going gold. Each card that you quick sell for 1,000 stubs is going to be 500 sub profit. I mean, that's pretty easy to understand. You can obviously list the cards individually, but it's so much easier just to do quick sale, because once these cards turn from a tier to the next tier, it gets pretty competitive on pricing, and it's much easier to just quick sell these for that price. So if you buy 20 of these Wilson Contreras, so 20 times 500 is 10,000 stubs total. So you'd make 10,000 stubs by just investing in this card. What I want to say with investing in these cards is there's risk and reward when you go into this. What I'm giving you is an opportunity to look at these cards and maybe look more into them and use your own determination if you think they will get upgraded. I've done, like I said, a lot of research on this just because I am in tune with fantasy baseball. Just because I tell you these cards are very high on my list doesn't necessarily mean they are going to get the upgrade. I just feel like they could get an upgrade and they have potential to. So keep that in mind. I am going to give you a bunch of cards here next to show you where my tier list is. It's going to be a high, medium, and low. Make sure you do your research on your own. It depends on your stub count as well. If you don't have many stubs, don't spend a lot on this because you don't want to lose all your stubs. Sometimes investments don't work out. It's common sense in any market that you invest in. All right, so here's my roster update list, as this is for roster update 827. Just because that says 827, this is for future roster updates as well. These are the cards that I'm high on, I'm medium on, and I'm low on. My investments are at the bottom of cards that I have heavily invested in. You're going to find some of these cards that I've invested in on the high, medium, and low list. I'll explain that shortly. The high cards here, as you see, all of these cards here on the left-hand side in the green: Jansen, Hendricks, Darvish, Nick Anderson, Abreu, Jimenez, VR, Dustin May, Alex Colome, and Kyle Lewis. These cards I am actually very high on, and I think they could do a tier upgrade for any individual one of these cards. So I think Jansen's playing very well right now. Liam Hendricks, Darvish is pitching today against the White Sox. He's been lights out this entire season. He's facing a lineup though that is very, very hot right now. I didn't put a green dot next to him. What that dot means is I think they will end up getting a significant boost, whether that means they get to the next tier or their price will jump. Going one by one, Kenley Jansen's been very good this season. Liam Hendricks, Darvish, Nick Anderson I thought was going to get an upgrade last update, but he didn't. He's been lights out. I don't think he's given up a run yet. Jose Abreu is, like I showed you a little bit earlier, is absolutely destroying the ball. Eloy Jimenez is hitting the ball very well. Alex Colome has been lights out. And then Kyle Lewis. Kyle Lewis needs to get a significant boost. This guy is absolutely destroying the baseball right now. He's a rookie. Just to give you an idea what Kyle Lewis is doing this past week, he's 13 for 23. He has 10 runs, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. He's hitting .565. On the season, he's hitting .373. He has 6 home runs, 18 RBIs. He's just destroying everything. He's currently a 68 bronze. I could see him getting a significant boost. Kyle Lewis, his price is actually pretty expensive right now, so you might have lost out on some of these investments. A lot of these cards, their prices have already jumped. Keep that in mind. Some of these cards are not that high right now, but Kyle Lewis is very high. Jansen, Hendricks, Darvish, Anderson, Abreu, Jimenez, VR, all these cards have jumped pretty high. Dustin May is actually not that high, and Colome is not that high. Machado's interesting because he played really well, and then he kind of tapered off a little bit, and now he's hitting the ball again. Paul Goldschmidt, he was actually affected by the virus, so the Cardinals didn't play for a while, but he's starting to hit the ball a lot. Nelson Cruz was an 81. He got bumped up to an 83, and he just consistently hits the ball. Lamet is doing very, very well. Tim Anderson is absolutely destroying the ball. Yastrzemski, he just got a recent upgrade from a silver to a gold. Keep an eye on all of these mediums here. Luis Robert is currently a 77. Tremendous fielding, and his fielding I think is like in the 60s. So they need to give him a significant boost for fielding at the very least. He's obviously hitting the ball. The average is not super high. He's got the power, he's got the speed, he's got the fielding. All of those need more increases. So Anthony Santander, I think that's how you say his name. He's with the Orioles. He's hitting .379 this week. He's got 5 home runs, 7 RBIs on the season. He's in .291. He's got 10 home runs, 27 RBIs. So keep an eye on him. I feel like he will get an upgrade, whether it's from a 77 to 78 or if a 77 to an 80, a gold, we'll see. But Ian Happ is another interesting one for the Chicago Cubs. On the season, he's in .296. He's got 6 home runs, 15 RBIs, but this past week, he's only 7 for 26. He's got 3 home runs and 4 RBIs. I could see him getting a little bit of a boost. Again, this yellow dot means I am high on these cards, and I do see these specific cards getting increases. These low ones over here on the right column, 3 of them are on the IL. I get questions all the time. Do you think Giles is getting an upgrade? Do you think Osuna? They're all in the IL, so they're definitely not getting upgrades. I'm actually low on all of these cards. Starling Marte, I'm low on because he's currently not doing the greatest this week. A lot of people thought he would get upgraded last time. I invested heavily, kind of heavily in him. I got about 14 of his cards. But currently this week, he's 4 for 20. He's got 3 runs, an RBI, and 2 stolen bases. He's only 200. But on the season, he's at .323. He's got 2 home runs, 11 RBIs, 4 stolen bases. He's at an 84 this past week. He's not doing the greatest to warrant an upgrade. Joey Gallo, again, he's got the power. He's got pretty high power as it is. He's not doing the greatest. Xander Bogaerts is doing okay. This week, he's 7 for 27. He does have 2 home runs and 5 RBIs in 259 this week. On the season, he's only hitting 269, 6 home runs, 16 RBIs. So I don't know if that warrants an upgrade from at least from an 83 to an 85, which is what you're looking for. So Matt Olson's only on the season hitting 178. He does have 9 home runs, 20 RBIs. His power numbers as it is are very high. This past week, he's actually hitting better. There are 4 days left again, so we'll see if he actually gets a boost, but I'm not high on him. I am hoarding a bunch of his cards. I have about 25 Carlos Correa cards. On the season, 302, 3 home runs, 15 RBIs. This past week, he's actually hitting 280. He's got a home run, 6 RBIs. He's doing okay. At the bottom, as you see there, my investments. These are the cards I'm heavily invested in. I like to spread out my investments. I don't like just one card and go all in on him because sometimes it doesn't pan out. So I like to, obviously, you see I have a high, a medium, and a low. I like to move some stubs around it. But I'm obviously, as you see, Hendricks, Correa, I'm pretty high on. I'm more high on Correa for the long term. Only a few more roster updates left since it is a shortened season, so I don't know how high I'm going to be on him. But he's on that verge of hitting that 85. So Nick Anderson's been lights out. Abreu's absolutely destroying the ball right now. Tim Anderson, I'm hoping, gets enough of an increase before the end of the year. Not necessarily to diamond, but if he gets to like an 83, his price should jump a little bit, and then we can sell depending how many roster updates are left. Eloy Jimenez, I think, ends up going gold. I hope this week. Very high on him. Jonathan VR is hitting the ball very well lately. I see him maybe getting to a 78, 79, maybe hopefully an 80. That's kind of a long shot. Luis Robert, whether he gets to a gold, that's going to be tough because he is technically a rookie, and I don't know if they're going to give him a +3 increase based on his hitting stats, but fielding, speed, his power is all there, and they're all pretty low for the card he has. The last 2 roster updates, I've been able to finish Mantle, and I got MVP Mike Trout. Last thing I want to say with this is, just because they are an 83, just because they are an 82, I don't necessarily think they will get to an 85. If they get to an 84, you can still hang on to those cards, because there still is going to be future roster updates. You don't have to sell right away. If you need stubs, sell right away. But prices should increase in some of these cards, especially the highs and the mediums. The lows, I don't think will increase much if they do at all. Hopefully that's what you guys were looking for. A lot of people asked me these questions, so I wanted to put it out for a video to hopefully see something. Visuals are always better than me telling you what to invest in. Showing you cards that I think should be upgraded or have a potential to be upgraded, or I don't think will get upgraded, will hopefully help you in, basically determining if you want to invest in that player or not. If you guys got questions, comments, leave those in the section below. If you got questions on other cards, I can respond to those. I'll try and be as active down there as possible because I know I get a lot of questions on Instagram with this and I just can't answer all of them, but on YouTube, I'll try and do a little bit more. Again, if you guys don't follow me, social media links are in the description below. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. We just hit 10K. We are currently at 10.6K followers. Hopefully I covered everything. If I missed something, make sure you leave that in the comment section below as well. Hopefully this helped. If you guys want me to do more of these videos for each roster update, breaking it down, let me know just so I know to do this weekly. There's only a few more roster updates left based on the season length. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully, as always, I will see you in the next video.